I want to share a powerful truth that can transform your life and your financial future. Many people believe that becoming a millionaire is an impossible dream, only for the fortunate or those born into wealth. If I told you, would you accept becoming a millionaire? Yes, my friends, you are just one skill away from changing your financial future and becoming a millionaire. In today's fast-changing world, success isn't just about luck or circumstances. It's about our ability to adapt, grow, and learn the skills that create wealth. So as we start this journey together today, I urge you to open your mind and heart to the possibility of reaching your full potential. Embrace learning, growth, and self-improvement, and watch as you unlock the door to endless prosperity and abundance. Thank you for joining me on this journey of financial empowerment. Now, let's explore the strategies and principles that will guide us toward realizing our dreams of becoming millionaires and beyond. I worked in tough jobs for several years. I worked in construction on farms, ranches, and factories, putting nuts on bolts hour after hour. One day, feeling frustrated, I started asking myself why some people had more success than others. In the Bible, there's a line that says, "Seek, and you shall find, because everyone who seeks finds, ask, and it will be given to you." So I started asking successful people how they were doing things differently from me. They told me what they did, and they got better results. When I could no longer get a laborious job, I got into sales. In sales, I noticed that one of the guys in my company was making 10 times more than anyone else, even though he was selling the same product from the same office, at the same price, to the same people, under the same conditions. He was making 10 times more than anyone else. I went and asked him what he was doing differently than me. He told me what he did, and what I discovered changed my life. I learned the laws of cause and effect, sowing and reaping, action and reaction. These are profound universal laws. It states that everything happens for a reason, that there are no effects without causes, and that if we track an effect, we'll find its cause. It's the foundation of the scientific process, all medical research, all marketing, and all business. If you can define an effect you desire, you can track it down and find someone who, at one time, didn't have that effect, discover what they did, and then do the same, and eventually you'll get the same results. We say that success is not an accident, and failure is not an accident. Success leaves traces. In other words, if you follow other successful people's paths, you'll eventually reach their destination. To be happy and healthy, we need two most important things. To be content and healthy, we need a sense of control, the feeling that we have control over our lives and that things happen for a reason, as well as a sense of coherence, the feeling that events fit together well. When I realized that the law of cause and effect explained everything, I got excited. In sales, I rose to the top of my sales force. I read, learned, attended courses, and most of all, applied what I learned. When I got into sales management, I read books again, took courses, and sought advice. When I got involved in real estate, import, development, manufacturing, distribution, and a series of businesses over the years, the first thing I did was ask, how does this work? How do people succeed in this field? Then I immersed myself, spent hours and hours studying, and then did what the most successful people did. We say that nature is neutral, meaning nature doesn't care who you are. It doesn't matter if you're tall or short, male or female, black or white, or educated or uneducated. Nature only cares that you do what successful people do. When making a recipe, nature doesn't care. You follow a recipe and you get the dish. Isn't it fascinating? Nature operates on its own terms, indifferent to our status or capabilities. Much like the concept of justice in our society, it remains blind to individual attributes. Yes, there are countless individuals out there, perhaps less intelligent or talented than you, yet flying high on the wings of success. Why? Because they adhere to the time-tested principles of achievement. It's a bitter pill to swallow to witness someone seemingly less capable of surpassing us in wealth or stature. But here's the key: success leaves a signal. We must learn to emulate those who have gone before us, replicating their proven methods with endless determination. Let me highlight a crucial point. In my research on self-made millionaires, I've discovered a common thread: nothing happens overnight. Success is a journey paved with difficulties and failures, but it's those who keep going, those who refuse to be deterred by initial setbacks, who ultimately overcome. So I ask you, what do you think is the average number of trials a person makes before throwing in the towel on a new goal? Well, the average is less than one, because most people give up before even trying once. They say, "That's a great goal. I'd love to be financially independent," and then they give up. They say, "I can't because of this and that," and don't try. Then they go to a wonderful place called someday. Have you ever heard of someday? Someday, sometime I'll start saving money. Someday I'll get out of debt. Someday I'll lose weight. Someday I'll start a business. Someday I'll take my finances seriously. And most people live someday. Your job and mine are to vote you off the island, right? And then we started controlling our lives. A few years ago, a major entrepreneur called me and asked me to talk to his 800 entrepreneurs who own independent franchises within his organization about how to become a self-made millionaire. I said yes. When you're a young speaker, you agree to talk about any topic. I said, sure, I'll talk on that subject. And I was like most people. When I was young, I wanted to be a millionaire by the time I was 30. And when I got to 30, I postponed it to 35. And when I got to 35, I postponed it to 40. And then I just stopped looking at it. I forgot about it and felt like the cards were stacked against me. I was around 38 or 39 when he called me and asked. I said, sure, no problem. And then I asked myself, what do I know about self-made millionaires? And this was shocking. I knew nothing. I began studying them to learn about their origins, actions, thoughts, decisions, and personalities. One of the things I learned is that becoming a self-made millionaire isn't an important thing. What's really important is the person you have to become a self-made millionaire. To become a self-made millionaire, you have to become a totally different human being. A friend of mine says that to achieve something new, you must become someone new. This is a crucial idea. The qualities you need to develop within yourself to become a self-made millionaire are incredible qualities that make you a much better person, not just better in terms of character, determination, discipline, decision-making, strength, and so on. They make you a much better person. They round out your character in a much better way. So becoming rich isn't about eating more. How many more meals? How much more clothing can you wear? It's because of the kind of person you become, the kind of people you associate with, and the kind of life you lead. What I discovered in my research is that self-made millionaires have a number of qualities. If you have these qualities, your success is practically guaranteed, and if you don't have them, the qualities are learnable. The number one point is that all business or sales skills are learnable. All financial skills are learnable. If you can drive a car, you can learn any skill. Point number two, however, is that you're probably only one skill away from doubling your income right now. You're probably only one skill away from getting on the road to becoming a self-made millionaire. It turns out that's the case for almost everyone. Let me impress upon you a profound truth. Within each of us lies a dormant accumulation of untapped potential waiting to be released. And if by chance you find yourself lacking self-confidence in the skill that holds the key to your success, fear not, for enlightenment may yet expose itself in the moments we share together. However, note this insight: every skill worth holding is within your grasp, waiting for only your devotion and determination to master it. I've often heard individuals complain, "I'm not skilled with money." But let me dispel that notion once and for all. You see, the beauty of life lies in its endless opportunities for growth and learning. Yes, you heard me right. You can learn anything you set your mind to and achieve anything you've got the courage to dream of. Now, take a moment to assess yourself. Give yourself a score from 1 to 10 in each area of your life. And if you fail, don't give up. You can overcome any weakness. Dream big, my friends. Visualize a future of unlimited abundance and prosperity. Nurture a vision of yourself radiant with happiness, vitality, and success. practice the art of idealization, following the habits and mindset of those who have walked the path of greatness before us. Project forward several years and imagine that your life is perfect in every way. Imagine that you have no limitations, that you have all of the time, money, friends, contacts, education, and experience, and that you can be, have, or do anything you want in life. If you could, what would it be? If your life were perfect in 5 years, how would it be? How much would you be earning? How much would you be worth? What kind of family life would you have? What kind of health would you have? What kind of car would you be driving? What would your life be like if you could wave a magic wand and make it perfect in every way? We discovered that this is the starting point for great wealth and success in life, that you have a dream or a vision of a wonderful future. Here's an exercise we give people in our audience. Take a sheet of paper and make a list of dreams, what's called a dream list. Imagine that this is like a child's Christmas wish list, and that it allows you to just let go and write down everything you can think of that you might want. I showed this to a friend, and he got so excited that he bought a spiral notebook and started writing. He'd look through the newspaper, and anything he saw that he liked, he'd jot down. He ended up the first time with 330 goals, and at the end of the month, he had 500 things he wanted. The interesting thing was that his life exploded. He activated the law of attraction and started attracting into his life people, circumstances, ideas, resources, and insights that moved him toward the achievement of his goals and started bringing those goals closer to him. Point number 2 is to do what you love. People who are truly successful in life do what they love to do. They love their work. The big rule for success in life is to find something you love to do and then find a way to make a living doing it. When you find your passion, it will energize, motivate, and excite you. It's probably something you've been meant to do since you were born. And when you ask self-made millionaires what kind of work they do, they often say, "I've never worked a day in my life. I just do what I like to do." The third goal is to commit to excellence. Now, this is really important, and I struggled with this when I was young because I was never good at anything. I was never picked for any teams, and if I was picked, I was the first person eliminated. I got lower grades in all my classes. I was fired from multiple jobs. I was even fired from a gas station job once. Can you imagine being fired for not being good at pumping gas? They came and said, "You're not proficient at pumping gas." I got fired. After working several jobs, I realized that all successful people are excellent at what they do. You know the old question they asked Willie Sutton, the bank robber, "Why do you rob banks?" He replied, "Because that's where the money is." Well, being in the top 10% is where the money is. Pay any price and make sacrifices to be in the top 10% of your field. Now, here's the positive news. If you're doing what you love, target the top 10% of your field. If you're not passionate about your work, you're in the wrong field. It just means you're marking time. You're treading water. And there are many people who are in their field, and they do their job, and you know they go home at night and don't think about their job and so on. And this kind of attitude means you have no future. You have a very weak presentation. That crunching sound you hear is the ice breaking under your feet, and you have no future because if you're not doing what you love to do and putting your whole heart into it, you're just marking time. But everyone is designed in such a way that there's something you love to do and that you can do well, and the fact that you love it means you probably have the ability to excel at it. So decide to be in the top 10%. Let me tell you how it changed my life. Here I was, struggling in my late 20s, and I learned this was an eye-opening thought. Everyone who's in the top 10% started at the bottom of the 10%. Everyone who's doing well has once done poorly. Everyone who's at the top of your field today wasn't even in your field at all and didn't even know it existed. If you're willing to pay, work hard, and sacrifice, you can reach the top 10%. How long does it take? It doesn't take a week or a month. Most people are really impatient, and to achieve mastery in your field, it takes 5 to 7 years. You'll say 5 to 7 years? Wow, I'll be 5 to 7 years older before I start enjoying the wonderful rewards. Well, anyway, How much older will you be in 5 to 7 years? Now, here's an important point. Are you ready? Time will pass anyway. Time will pass, and in 5 to 7 years, 5 to 7 years will have passed. Will you dominate your field or remain in the mediocre 80% range? The best part is that no one is smarter or better than you. Someone else being at the top of the field means you can too. Ask them how they got there because of their humble beginnings. It takes different people longer or shorter, but everyone who keeps going gets there, where the rewards are. Not only that, but that's where all the joy in life is. When you're exceptional at what you do, you feel wonderful about yourself. You're respected and esteemed by everyone around you. You can write your own destiny. When you're good at what you do, you can open any door because you wake up in the morning and know you're good, and that's more important than the rewards that come with it. The next key is to develop your unique talents and skills. Every person is designed from childhood with special talents and skills that, if developed to the fullest, will allow you to achieve anything you desire in life. Everyone is genetically structured to be able to do something excellently, enjoy it, do it well, and derive great satisfaction from it. Peter Drucker often asks the question, what are you excelling at today? What should you be excelling at? What could you be skilled at? What will you be excelling at? And one of the questions we ask is, look back on your life. What is most responsible for your success so far? In the past, what has been most responsible? What have you done? What has yielded the best results? Because, as we said before, success leaves clues, and if you look back on your past, you will often find indicators that will guide you toward your future. The next key to becoming a self-made millionaire is to see yourself as autonomous. It's clear that you are autonomous. What we've discovered is that the top 3% of adults in our society see themselves as autonomous. They see themselves as in charge of their own lives. When I started my career as a 21-year-old working as a construction laborer, living in a one-bedroom apartment with no money, taking buses 2 hours each morning to get to work and 2 hours to get back, I still remember it. And I still remember a light bulb going on one night. I was sitting in my little apartment, in my little kitchen nook, and suddenly I realized that I was responsible, that I was in charge of my own life, and that no one was coming to rescue me. It was one of the major turning points in my life. So what you find is that all exceptional people are highly responsible individuals. They see themselves as autonomous. Sometimes I'll ask an audience, how many people here are autonomous? And some will raise their hands, and others won't. I'll say, now, what's the true answer to this question? The true answer is that everyone is autonomous. The biggest mistake you can make is to think that you work for anyone else but yourself, even if someone else signs your paycheck for your entire life. Organizations' most valuable employees treat the company like their own. They see everything that happens as having a personal impact on them. They are not the 9-to-5ers, the hopeless ones who say, yeah, well, I go to work. When I'm not at work, I don't think about my job. To these people, someone has told them that's a smart way to think. It's the way losers think. Winners think about their company and how to improve it when they're away. When something happens in their company, they take it personally because they see themselves as highly responsible. As a result, they get paid more, offered more educational opportunities, and promoted faster. These are the people who eventually, like cream, rise to the top of every organization and industry, the top 3%. As we bring our discussion to a close, I want to leave you with a powerful truth to carry forward. The path to becoming a millionaire is not a fanciful imagination, but a tangible reality within your reach. You have discovered today that you are just one skill away from unlocking the doors to wealth, abundance, and financial freedom. But remember, my friends, that success is not simply a destination, but a journey of continuous growth and self-improvement. As you embark on your quest for millionaire status, commit yourself to lifelong learning, relentless persistence, and unwavering determination. Accept challenges as opportunities for growth and never hesitate to invest in yourself and your potential. Above all, cultivate a mindset of abundance, gratitude, and generosity. True wealth is not measured solely by the size of your bank account, but by the lives you touch, the contributions you make, and the legacy you leave behind. Thank you for joining me on this journey of discovery and empowerment. Now go forth with confidence, courage, and conviction, knowing that you are equipped with the skills, knowledge, and determination to achieve greatness. See you later, my friends, and may your future be filled with prosperity, abundance, and the realization of your wildest dreams.